So Think Different was an ad campaign that happened in 1997. And to go back in history at that time, many people thought that Apple would die. And so the same thinking, if you will, was that Apple would die, Windows would take over the world. And so Apple came up with this campaign called Think Different, where it showed like Einstein, Picasso, Amelia Earhart, Richard Branson, uh, people that the message was if you think different, if you are an innovator, if you're a visionary, if you are a pioneer, then you have to think different. And the logic was, well, if you want to use a Macintosh, you need to think different, just like these leaders. And the ad campaign was unveiled to the marketing department of Apple. I was in that meeting. At the time, I was an Apple fellow and chief evangelist. And Steve Jobs was also in the meeting. So at the end of the presentation of this ad campaign, Lee Clow from the ad agency says to Steve, I have two copies of these videos. I'm going to give one to you and one to Guy. And Steve, as only Steve would say, he says, no, just give me both copies. Don't give one to Guy. And so at that moment, I spoke up and I said, what's the matter, Steve? Don't you trust me? And then he said, no, Guy, I do not trust you. And, as I look back, this is one of those man or mouse moments where, for the rest of your life, you're going to say, why did I not speak up? Why did I not stand up for myself? So I said, screw it, let's do it. So when he said that, I said, that's okay, Steve, because I don't trust you either. And that probably cost me a few tens of millions of dollars in stock options, but I'm telling you, it was worth it. So that's the Think Different campaign. And, why did I tell that story at the beginning of the book? It's because, well, A, I wanted to hook you and make you read the book. But B, my logic is that, back then thinking different was okay. But now it seems like, the world is in a worse place in many ways. So now you have to go beyond thinking different into thinking remarkable.